Hello and welcome! My name is Miranda, and on this channel we do all kinds of arty stuff, mostly watercolor. However, today isn't watercolor because I have a project I need to finish and I am really excited to do it with Posca markers, I think. What this is the log book that I have chosen to keep track of the mileage and trips we do in our camper. The problem I have is that I really like this particular notebook because it has the pen holder and it doesn't have a lot of pages, but the cover kind of brings back some not so pleasant memories. And I looked around for a different notebook, but I really wanted this one, so I'm just going to paint the front and make it mine. So let me show you my camper because I think I would like to paint my camper on the front of it and then figure out what else to put on it. Okay, there is my pretty camper. So I want to make mine silver. That is silver, in case you can't tell in the lighting. We have strange lighting right now. So if you're like, hey, that doesn't look like the camper you've shown in your videos before, you are correct. That is a different one. We sold our 20-footer and got a 25-footer that I just showed you. And it's the exact same brand and everything and all the fancy aluminum this and that. But this is a new logbook because I let the logbook for the old camper go with the old camper. So I do have a metallic silver, basically an acrylic marker. So this is the generic Posca, and I did do a video comparing these STA painters to Posca markers. So I will link that in the corner in case you missed that, because these are awesome. And my son got me some sandpaper here so that I can sand the front of this because it's very, oh, what do you call it? I don't know, smooth. And I just thought maybe roughing it up. Oh yeah, look, it's already roughing it up and scuffing it up. Cool. He could only find this 800 grit sandpaper, but I think that it will help. I actually don't know if it's just pulling off some of the paint that was already on here or if it's actually going to help. Here, I'm going to take the pin out for now. I'll probably tape that off when I go to do the little design. Not going to get too serious about sanding it, but just give it a little tiny bit of roughness. It's probably good. And at the end of this video, I do have some general updates on stuff. So if you're part of my channel and have been for a while and you're curious about a few things, maybe that I have left hanging, maybe I will update some of those at the end of this video. As for this video, I started out with a layer of gesso, just some gesso I had in the cupboard. It's been there a long time, but still works pretty decently. After that first layer of gesso, it took forever to dry, like forever and a day. So do I still not have my heat gun found? No, I do not. Do I need it? Yes, I do. Or a blow dryer. Like, I could go buy a blow dryer. What a concept. Anyway, this, I think I'm going to, well, you can see I dipped my sleeve in it. Can you see that little texture there? Yeah, I did that. That was nice. That probably won't come out of this shirt. And I touched it to see if it was dry and got my fingerprint in it. So I'm doing good. Doing good here. I'm going to sand it again and put one more coat on at least and see what it looks like. I honestly don't think the sanding this second time around did any good. You need something a little bit thicker than 800 grit. That is out my art room window right now. Not even doing it justice. Let me go outside. What? Why can't the camera see it? Well, there, maybe that's better. And then, I didn't even know it, but look over here. What? Right outside my house. I need to paint this. There's so many things that I need to paint here at this house. They're always so beautiful. This one's not quite coming in right. It's definitely more pink than you're seeing. Oh, there we go. Love it. Alright, with that little distraction aside, I decided to go ahead and start on this. And I was kind of scared to start it. I was like, well, what if I can't draw my trailer? I've drawn it many times. I've drawn campers many times. I don't know. It's just one of those things. The fear of starting a new project. Dun, 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 dun. But it was fine. It was fine. And then I used the STA acrylic markers, which I already told you guys, but something that was kind of interesting because these have been used and then they sat for a while, the nibs on them were a little bit unhappy. At least it wasn't unhappy in the silver or the black, but some of the lighter colors, the nibs were just not very happy. So I think the Posca nibs are just enough higher quality that they can handle sitting better than these nibs. So getting some replacement nibs for these would probably be a good idea because the paint itself is still great. And if I got enough, what do you call that? If I got enough paint down into the nib, then that was okay too. But I didn't even have to worry about it on the Posca nib. So just slightly different quality on the nibs. I still had a blast using them, and it was fun because the greens were slightly different than the Posca green. So I was able to put it back there, and I mixed it with the Posca blue to get a dark green back there. Started on the sky, and then I'm like, you know, I should probably go ahead and do the other trees first. And I did try and keep one side of the tree a little bit lighter. I just had fun with that. Using Posca markers is just a blast. I just really like it. However, I need more colors. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the end, but I could use a few more colors, a few more key colors to, I don't know, round out my very incomplete collection. It's just Posca markers that I've received in art subscription boxes, and so the colors I have are the colors I was given in those boxes, so they're a little hit and miss, although I have a lot now, I guess. I mean, if you consider like 8 a lot, I think I have a lot, but I could use a few more key colors. And I wouldn't mind some thinner nibs on a few of them, so I love the thick ones for doing big areas and all of that, and you can get small details with even some of the big nibs, but when I pulled out the black Posca that had a really thin nib, that was kind of fun, that one that you just saw me using just then. And I wanted to pull some of the sky color down, so I decided to park this little camper by a river or a creek of some sort, and to make a brown, I mix the orange with the blue. And I do that again in the logs, and I explain that kind of at the end of the video for you. So we have a little creek, and then I wanted to put in some flowers maybe, or some bushes, and work on that, and then just try and shadow underneath the camper a little bit. I don't do a whole lot with that. I didn't really need a whole lot. And eventually decide to put in a fire and some lawn chairs, and that's about it. It was so fun. I'll talk to you here in a second when I finish up with the lawn chairs. Here it is, all done. I was trying to decide if I wanted to put little people in it or not, and I just don't have fine point acrylic markers, and I guess I could get a little brush out or something. I also really could use a brown Posca marker. That would be really nice. I don't have any kind of brown, so you saw me, maybe if you could even tell in the time lapse, mix the orange and the blue together to get some of the brown in the log. It kind of worked. Anyway, it's so cute. I love it so much better. And over here, I am painting the pin that I had in here silver, because our trailer is silver, and I thought it would be fun. I have no idea if it will last, how long it will last, but have to do it in increments so I can have it being laid down on the desk there. Okay, well, that was super fun. Now on to the updates. The updates, if you've been around a bit. You may remember these. These were given to me by one of you very generously, and I did show them in a video May 11th of this year, and I'll link that up in the corner. It was when I did the May 2021 palette full. I showed these when I received them and told you that I was going to laminate them. So I've had them on my desk all this time. I finally laminated them, and it makes me so happy because I am going to use them as bookmarks, and they just make me happy when I look at them. So thank you again. You know who you are who gave them to me. I really appreciate it. I love them so much, and I am reading a book right now from Blood and Ash. So right now I have Jazz's bookmark in it, and it's getting to be a little rough shape, so I'm probably going to replace it with one of these very soon. It's going to make me so happy. And then the votes on the kitties here. This is what we have. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we've been trying to figure out what color the cat's gonna be in all of my Inktober sketches. So here are the votes. They're kind of all over the place. The one that's winning the most right now for the big kitties is B17. Just this plain blue guy, but he's so cute. I love that. However, second place is B8. This guy, I love him too. So that makes me happy. And just because those are the votes so far doesn't mean that's what I'm going to choose. Do you guys know which one I like? The one I like has only gotten 1 vote. Isn't that funny? At least one of you voted for the one I like. Am I going to tell you which one it is? Okay, I guess I'll tell you which one. I like this guy. B28. However, some of you have put in even more suggestions on more cats to paint. So I actually might print this out again and paint some cats. And I'll try and remember to link these templates down below. So if you wanted to print them out and make some cats, we could do that. I think that would be really fun. See you guys' creations there. Oh, one last thing. I have not forgotten about starting up a coloring group. I'm just don't want to leave the house to do it, like to go to the library, and I don't have great internet here at home, so I've kind of intentionally been putting it off, but I want to do it, and I hope to do that soon. Okay, my camera battery is dying, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Let's look at this again. So much better. It's so cute. It makes me happy. Okay, bye for real.